Welcome back everyone to another training week. You're watching the week of April 10th, where I was putting my energy into improving my all-around endurance further. I decided to try out some Jonasons or Pike Yamawakis on rings, test my tumbles without any mats on floor, and as you see there, I'm a happy chappy because I did what I kind of planned to do. To do more single pommel handle circles in a row on an elevated buck. So that day I did 10, I think it was, and just yesterday I did 17, fam. I did 17. I'm improving. At 31 years old, I'm improving. To be honest, I probably did more than that when I was a kid on the low single pommel, but nevertheless, when I was a kid I didn't have these babies over here. We were a skinny little boy back then. So there you see first Pike Yamawakis in quite a long time, and I don't know if that one specifically would have got paid or not, but I felt that, you know what, if I'm in a adrenalized situation, I could probably get it paid. It'd give me 0.3 at least. I'm not sure if I get the whole 0.4 from adding the Jonason. But either way, even if I take a 1 and a 1, let's say, I don't think that'd get me a 3 unless I really pause. So even if I take a 1 and a 1, it's still a 0.2 win. But of course, then again, the double was going to be that much harder at the end. So in terms of all-around endurance, this whole time since the World Cups, it's been 4 full weeks now. I've stuck to doing all 6 every single training day. And this week, first of all, let's look at that chest up landing. What just happened? I couldn't believe what just happened. But pretty much, I'm holding all the way until my feet hit. I'm holding my legs, and the moment I sense my feet are about to hit, I really quickly raise my chest up. And I've been thinking about that for a long time, but that turn, it finally happened. What I imagined finally happened. And it probably hasn't happened since then. But hey, at least it happened once. Where's the chest down deduction on it? That's been a theme, hasn't it, for my P-bar dismounts, trying to get rid of those chest down deductions and trying to get rid of flying off the high bar like a scarecrow. Now the next focus was putting a double back full twist on the floor without mats, and I planned to leave that on the Thursday. Wish I could do that every time. Now it was a shorter training week because we left to the CSG Classic on the Thursday afternoon. So I came in a bit early on the Thursday so that I could still do what I could on all 6 apparatus, and then flew down to Christchurch. So it was just a 3-day training week this time around. And besides that open double back, this floor routine's going quite well. There's no mats. The landings seem to be okay, but I know I'm gonna need to get this 1.5 full, especially the full twist higher. The full twist drops down, it'll get a 0.3 for height, and I know my knees aren't fully locked. There'll be another 0.1 for the knees, so got to put a little bit of attention over there. And a bit of a shuffle on dismount. But besides that double back, pretty good routine. Oh yes, Struggle Street as always. Struggle Street as always on the pommel horse, fam. My left wrist is holding up. If anything, where I am now, pommel horse, I still feel it, but it's really vault that makes it worse. So if I do a few vaults, a little bit of time after, I'll notice it actually feels worse for P-bars and high bar. But seemingly after pommel horse, like it hurts a bit during the turn, during the routine, especially when I'm slapping that left hand on really hard. The dismount primarily on pommel horse, but it doesn't really bother me too much. After, it stays about the same. Vault definitely makes it a bit worse. Hey, but 2 weeks to go. Got to last 2 weeks. Little niggles and injuries are always a part of it. I don't think there's ever been a year that I've approached competition without any injury. There's always something. There's always something. A couple of years ago, before Oceania, I had it might have been 3 years ago, something in my shoulder was hurting. I couldn't do a support on a support hold on rings even, and pommel horse was excruciating. And I would just do the bare minimum until the competition. Look at that not paid backer prized invert. Theme of the day today is not getting things paid. Jonathan invert, but training him anyway, because you got to have some fun in the gym. And guess what that was? That was a non-paid cross. There's my dry sense of humor coming out. So anyways, for the all-round fitness, I've been sticking, as well as doing all 6 every day, doing the routines on the Tuesday and the Friday. So here we're watching Tuesday. Today is Friday. What is today? The 21st of April. And by today, I mean where I'm sitting now, not where I was in the gymnastics video. Where I'm sitting now is the 21st. We have a full uniform mock competition today with 360 national senior and junior squads. We did a 1-on-6 on Tuesday. Our Oceania coach David Colvin came up from Christchurch once again to be with us for that. And I won't spoil how it went. You'll have to wait till next week. So far, what have I had? I've had a missed double tuck on floor. I had a funny little miss on the travel up on pommel horse. Rings was fairly clean. Vault was fairly clean. So we're sitting at, what, 2 out of 4. 2 out of 4, yet the mistakes that I made on the first 2, they weren't really major mistakes. So how did P-bars go? Bent arms, but got the swing to handstand this time. Pretty smooth. No wobbles or anything. Oh, come on, mate. Alright, that's probably the best we've had in this build-up. That giant D-arm was nice. Again with the handstand push-ups. Hey, but hey, I wasn't doing stutzes for probably the last week or 2 now, so I just had to send it without much preparation, and to be honest, it wasn't that bad. Just needed to swing up a little bit more. Chest still a bit low in that dismount, but only a 0.1 step. Hey, but that's a hit routine, more or less, with the 5th apparatus, or on the 5th apparatus. So it looks like my exhaustion has moved from being exhausted by P-bar, by P-bars to being exhausted by high bar. So we've been at it for 1 month, let's not forget. Warming up, warming up. And salute. What happened here? bit too late and the disappointment, but that is the first training session where I did my full routines. The mock comp before this week, remember, I took out like a middle chunk of my routine, so I didn't actually do full routines. This Tuesday I did full routines everywhere, and I caught the Casina. I know I can catch Coleman, the timing was a bit off. And Colemans these days are a bit scarier than Casinas for some reason. And as always is because, oh, we got 11. As always is because of that, the different timing. There's a bit of guesswork. Now we got a brand new Gym Nova pommel horse. Scissor work is really hard on it. It's one of those ones that's not slippery. It's almost like a suede material. Bit grizzly, hard to swing on, but nice, what do you call it? Nice flat and wide base, which means that you can get away with a bit wider hand placement. There is the first full out of my life on a hard surface. Was a little bit of a low landing, and I was definitely nervous to go for it, but that's a big check. That's a big tick on the way to competing a double back full twist. And did a few more reps over soft, just to keep feeling it second. What a difference it makes. The skill by itself is so easy, but after even a loud punch front tuck, let alone a loud double front, which I did test just yesterday, yeah, it's a whole different ball game. You see, I'm not naturally a leg guy. If you ever seen my legs in real life, we're sitting at a probably 5 centimeter diameter, if not a 5 millimeter diameter. So never quite been a leg guy, but worked for years and years on quick twitch. And by years and years, I literally mean like years and years. We had a quick twitch circuit growing up that Dad used to put together. All the jumping like this on the bead boards, jumping on the blocks, so many different exercises in like a 10 to 15 minute circuit. I used to cry, I used to die. It was horrible because it got your cardio as well. Jumping over tuck jumps over a little piece of foam that you hold, and you go in and out, in and out. That was probably the killer. That was the killer. That used to be the one that always made me cry. I got to the point where I could do the whole minute. Each station was a minute, and you got 10 seconds in between the stations. And I got to the point where I could do that little jump over the foam exercise for the whole minute without stopping. Wheezing like a 90-year-old man afterwards, but without stopping. Finished the week off with just a fitness routine on high bar. I felt pretty exhausted, obviously, on P-bars by that point. Working a bit on my Kovacs taps again. I noticed that I'm doing the pull a little bit too far over, and that's making the Coleman go late. So trying to get that bounce a bit more vertically up. So anyway, as you can see, guys, the progress is there. It's been a month of quite literally hell, torture, but some gains are coming through. It's less overwhelming. Things are getting a little bit easier. 2 more weeks to go. Thanks for sticking with us. Until next time.